and cross watchers, how are y'all doing? This is your November 2020 tarot reading. If you're new here, I'm Sarah. This is Cancer Capricorn guidance, and I'm here to bring you love, light, and guidance through tarot, astrology, and spirituality. In my description box, you can find my email. Please feel free to reach out to me if you'd like to schedule a personal reading. You can also find my Instagram. Feel free to give me a follow. You can also find a couple different links to some Spotify playlists I've made. If you want to find some new music, check those out. Also, you can find my PayPal link if you'd like to donate to this channel to keep it running. It would mean the world to me, so thank you so much if you choose to do that. So Libra, how have y'all been doing? What's been up? Libra, I feel like, did y'all feel that Libra new moon energy last month? I feel like that probably was a big one for you. I think that was a really good time to, you probably felt the full moon on Halloween too. Those were probably good times for you to do some energy cleansing, energy clearing. That Libra new moon, I think it might have brought about some realizations about what you want. I feel like Libras have been undecided for a while. I feel like Libras, you've just been in a place of like kind of hermit mode. You've been getting your shit together for a while. And I feel like you weren't in a place to determine or decide what it is you want yet. Because right now you're just focusing on, you've been in the process of just getting to know yourself, getting in touch with yourself before you can determine that. So I think now you're towards the end of that period of isolation where you were like just relearning yourself, getting back in touch with yourself, taking some time out. Now you might be coming into a place where you're better able to articulate and formulate, what it is you want. Like maybe you had some offers come up in the last few months that you turned down just because you're like, how am I supposed to say yes or no to this when I don't even know what I want? So you're just like, you've been kind of avoiding the possibility for new opportunities to come in. Like energetically, you might have been blocking new opportunities because Divine was like, no, I'm not going to put anything in front of you right now because you're still in the phase of figuring it out. You're still in the phase of figuring out like how to discern what it is you want. I feel like Libra, a big karmic journey that you've been on is detaching from the thoughts and feelings of others and figuring out what thoughts and feelings are yours and what are someone else's. Like figuring out where the line is. Like you're better able now. You did a lot of ascending to get to a place where you can better differentiate your wants and needs from another's, your thoughts and feelings about something from another's. So I think you've just been getting really in touch with your desires, your wants, your dreams, your goals, like your opinions, like all that. That's a really interesting download, Libra. I feel like this new moon kind of ushered in like a new wave of you kind of getting some clarity about what you want. Those two full moons might have brought in some of that last month where you got even clearer about your desires, your comforts. That Taurus full moon was probably like, oh, this is safe for me, or this is too safe for me. But I know there's a full moon at the end of this month. I think it's on November 30th, and it's going to be in Gemini. So this is going to be like, not only are you going to get clarity about what it is, I think very soon after you're going to take action. That Gemini full moon is going to be very action oriented. You might act on something and, it might come as, no dig, Geminis can be impulsive. It might come as an impulse, and it might be the moment where you're like, you do something really suddenly, and then after the fact, you're like, oh, I want that. I must have done that. I must have chosen that. I must have done that thing or taken that action because I wanted that. And I didn't really know that I did until I did that. This is all very interesting downloads, Libra. Yeah, so that Gemini full moon on the 30th, that might bring in some of that for you. Oh, and it's an eclipse. It's a penumbra lunar eclipse, meaning that like it's going to be in a weird angle where it's not the full shadow, it's just like a lighter, lesser shadow. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. Lunar eclipse and a full moon. So let's get into your reading, Libra. That was a lot of download for you. Libras have been definitely like going through some big transformations this year. Big shift in perspective for Libras. It was a bunch of cards, but what came out on top was the Chariot in reverse. You may be feeling stuck or stagnant. You may be feeling like you don't know what direction to go in. You may have recently come to the conclusion about what you want, but you're not sure what direction to go in, or you feel like you're directionless right now because you still don't know what it is you want. All right. Any messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, whatever placements you may have in your chart, whatever energy you've been vibing with. Libras. Libra placements for November 2020. Any messages for Libra? Any messages for Libra for November 2020? Messages of love, truth, healing, light, forgiveness, clarity, understanding, transformation, discernment, patience, decisiveness, justice. Messages for Libra. That was a lot again. I'm not taking that. Libra. Libra. 10 of Cups reversed, Ace of Cups reversed. Libra. Right away, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Right away, I'm just getting really briefly, you're unhappy and you're waiting. You're like, where's mine? Where's my emotional happiness and fulfillment? And it's because you're too reserved. You're not making any decisions right now. You're not making any choices. You don't even realize that you're like, yeah. Libra. Okay, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I'll wait. Messages for Libra. Any other messages for Libra? Any other messages for Libra? Libra. Libra. Oh my god, Libra. Okay, so overall energy is the Two of Wands. Never so quickly has the whole reading come together, and like I have understanding of the whole big picture that quickly, like that suddenly. Like right away, it was all there, like it's all here already. Sorry. 10 of Cups reversed, Ace of Cups reversed, Judgment reversed, Strength, the Lovers reversed, and the 10 of Wands reversed. Right away, Libra, I'm getting that everything is right on the other side. Everything is right on the other side of this. Like, there's so much potential and hope and opportunity here. And you can taste it. You're so close to starting out on this new energetic journey. This new opportunity. This new... You're embarking on a new journey, whether or not there are actual things happening. It's like a shift in your mindset. It starts this whole new cycle for you, this whole new timeline for you. When you get to the other side, like doors will be opening up for you. Doors are going to be opening up for you. When you start choosing optimism, when you start choosing and wanting the opportunities, when you start manifesting the opportunities, when you start believing that they are yours already, is when all of that will fall into line and come in for you. That's when things will start taking flight, when things will start actually happening. Because the Ten of Cups reverse and the Ace of Cups reverse is like, you're in such a place of, where's mine? I feel like Libras, you've just been generally unhappy for a long time. You've been generally unhappy for a long time. And it's because you haven't made any decisions. It's because you've been in a place where you don't know what you want so much that you haven't made any decisions at all. And you've been in this place where you've been stuck where you're not choosing anything because you have no idea what it is that you want, and you get so caught up in like what it's supposed to look like. And I think it's because you have so much, you've come into a place for at least a while now where you've had so much self-discipline, so much control, so much like hesitancy, I want to say. Like, you are so analytical of every single opportunity that's come at you lately that you spend so much time overthinking them that you get so caught up in that you're not even choosing anything. You're not doing anything because you're not making any decisions, and that's why you've been tripped up and in a place of feeling so unhappy. And you're just waiting for a connection of some sort to come in. You're waiting to feel in alignment with yourself. You're waiting to come into alignment with a lover. You're feeling the lack of love. You're waiting for new love opportunities to come in. And I think it's all of the opportunities right on the other side when you drop the burden. When you drop the burden of this. When you just let it go. That's the shorthand version, but I'll get into it more. But that's what I got right away. All of this is right on the other side of the opportunity. So like with these Ten of Cups reverse and Ace of Cups reverse, I feel like, Libra, you've just been in a place where you're like, where is my happiness? Like, this Ten of Cups reverse could also be like, I don't know what I want. I don't know what my emotional fulfillment looks like. I don't know what my end goal looks like. I don't know what it is I truly want. I don't know what's on the other side for me. I don't know what's down the line in the future for me. I can't see a future right now because I don't know what's in it. I don't know what's going to make me truly fulfilled and happy. This could have to do, like, this could be like relationship, family, like ultimate happiness, like end goal, end of the day, like what do I want? What do I want, Libra? And the Ace of Cups reverse is just so unhappy because you're not getting it. So unhappy that you don't have it. Maybe a little bit pessimistic about the possibility of eventually obtaining it, eventually getting there. Maybe you've been feeling pessimistic, like, what if it's not for me? What if you've been like, what if, I'm not meant to come into alignment with this? What if like this love that I envision is just not in the cards for me? It's like you've been coming to a place of pessimism because you've been in a place of lack mindset. And I think that you've been in a low place of emotional unavailability too, and you're not realizing it because it has really closed you off. You've been in a place so long where you've been emotionally closed off, maybe because you are sitting in this energy of, well, what if I don't deserve it? What if it's not mine? What if it's not in my future? What if I'm, being a hopeless romantic and hopelessly wishing for these things? And you've been in a place of, where is it? I'm trying to be patient, but I'm like, where is my happiness? But it's because you haven't made any decisions. It's because you've been judging yourself. It's because you've been so busy judging yourself. This judgment in reverse is like, I'm judging myself. You don't believe that you're worth it. You don't believe that, it's for you. You don't believe that you're worthy of having what it is you truly want. You're not worthy of emotional fulfillment. What is that? That's why it doesn't come in for you, because the more you put yourself in that energy, the more you're going to attract that. The more of that low vibrational energy you're going to attract, where you don't feel worthy enough to receive what it is you really want. And it could be also that you're turning away, you're not making any decisions because maybe there's no opportunities coming in for you at all because you're sitting in this energy. So like, what is there to be indecisive about? And it could be that if there are offers coming your way, you aren't really making a decision about any of them at all. You kind of let a lot of things linger because you could be in a place where you're kind of expecting things to like fall into line and fall in your lap and just fall into place at the snap of a finger. Libras, I know you can be very romantic, romanticize a lot of things, and can be very head in the clouds like that about opportunities, something falling in your lap. And while that's good to like wish and manifest for things like that, you actually have to do some of the work. And I think you're not realizing that maybe it's because you haven't been taking any action. This judgment reverse is really telling me like, you're not making any decisions, you're not making any moves, you're not taking those first steps. You have to, action comes from action. It cannot come from inaction. You have to start moving and taking those steps and making any kinds of decisions, any kind of movements forwards, any kind of efforts. I think you've just been in a place where you've been pessimistic and not really putting in the energy or putting in the work into like trying to meet people. If you're looking for a partner, have you been putting in the time to meet people? Have you been giving people a chance? Have you been actually answering people's texts? Like, you have to put in the effort. You have to make decisions. You have to take chances. I don't think you're taking any chances. You're not making any decisions right now. And that's why you're still unhappy. That's why you're still not feeling like, that's why you're still pessimistic. Like, I don't have any offers on the table. I think there's a lot more offers around you than you may realize. It may also be that Libra, maybe you're still hung up on things from the past and maybe relationships in the past that didn't work out and didn't turn into your 10 of Cups, and so it kind of hurt you really bad. It scarred you. It made you think a lot about how, I thought that was supposed to be my 10 of Cups, and, because it's not them, what if I don't even get it at all? What if it's not for me at all? The whole idea of the 10 of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is like still feeling burned from that rejection, maybe from that unrequited love. Maybe you feel this burden is like this feeling like no one is going to requite the love that you give them. There could be a sense of imbalance here where you've experienced a lot of that in relationships and you're just feeling very hesitant and closed off to these kinds of things because you're very afraid of putting your love out there and not getting anything back. Could be a lot of things that are stopping you from making decisions and taking action, but I think one of the underlying things here is like a lot of self-control and a lot of self-discipline that you've learned and picked up over, this more recent time period, where you've just come to a place where you're like so reserved that you don't want to make decisions about anyone or anything. You are so hesitant and in control of your emotions that it just takes a lot to get you excited. Maybe you've been in a place where you are so not emotionally reserved, but like very, very tempered, very in a place of, I have a lot of control over this and it takes a lot to excite me nowadays. Like someone has to really capture my attention. And I feel like you've just had a lot of self-discipline of like keeping yourself like calm, cool, collected. And maybe you just haven't been putting in effort in this area. If you're looking for a relationship and you're wondering why it's not coming in, it may be because you haven't been taking any action in this area. You've been a little too reserved in this area. Maybe you're not opening yourself up at all to people. You're coming off as like maybe emotionally closed off, or maybe you're coming off very put together, but people feel like they can't, open up to, or people feel like you're not opening up to them. People don't feel like they're getting to know you. You're not allowing people to get to know you. You're not allowing yourself to get to know others. I think there's a part here that's like, I just want to have control over my emotions, and that means like not showing too much of them. That means like not getting too open with people too soon. Like you're very controlled, which is great. That's a great quality, but I think it's leading to a bit of like, you're not meeting anyone because you're not opening up. You're not letting people get to know you. You're not letting people in. You're not giving people chances here. You may feel like there's this lack in your love life, like you're looking for something, but it's not coming in because you're not putting in the most effort that you could in this situation. Because I think you're feeling like, where's my love that I'm dreaming of? Where's this connection that, I really want? Why do I feel so imbalanced? This could have a lot to do with self-love too. There could be some elements of self-love here and a little bit of self-love that needs to be had in terms of, I deserve this. I'm worthy of receiving what I want. Just because I've been hurt or burned in the past does not mean that that's going to be the pattern. Just because other situations in the past didn't work out doesn't mean I'm not meant to ultimately have what it is I truly want. There's a lot of self-love to be had here. I think this is also part of that initial download in the beginning about, discerning what it is you want from what others want. I think this is part of that, like, the Lover's Reverse can be a test of your values. It could be a test of your true beliefs and values, like in terms of what it is you really want, what it is you really desire. It's like, I think this is, you had to go inward for a while where you had to really figure out what it is you want. You had to get in touch with yourself. I think Libras for a long time this year learned a lot about themselves. They really got in touch with themselves. And you've picked up along that journey, you picked up along the way, this this new disposition about you where you're just very reserved. You're very controlled of your emotions, but it's leading to a place of inaction. That Chariot reverse in the beginning that I saw too. It's like you feel a bit of inaction. You feel like nothing's moving. you feel like things aren't moving forward in any direction at all, you feel like nothing's really happening, and it's because you're not making any decisions in order for things to start moving, and you're feeling like, I figured out what it is I want to some degree, or maybe you're about to, maybe you still need to, but this is like you've really had your values and beliefs and desires tested, and now you're kind of really coming into form about what they are, so that you can better discern when potential opportunities and people come forward to you. You have a better eye for understanding, okay, is this person worth my time? Should I, take the time to open up and, loosen up a little bit and become less reserved and become a little bit more emotionally open? Or is this person not for me and I should keep it moving? Like, I think you're about to, or you've really worked hard to come to a place where you've gotten a lot more discerning, and you can tell whether or not someone is for you, not just because they express interest in you, or you like the idea of them, or whatever. I think it's come to a place of like, okay, if I want to find what I'm looking for, I have to really get to know someone and then discern if that person is for me. I don't want it to be involved with any other factors. I want it to be because we are on the same page. I want it to be because, we share the same values and we're on the same foundation. We're on the same page as each other. I want it to be about us having shared beliefs and shared interests and have good communication skills. It's like all these things. It's like, it's not just anybody can take this place. It's not just anybody can fill my cup. It's like, I'm looking for the real deal. I'm looking for the real deal and the real thing with a real person. And I think you had to go inward for a long time and figure out what it is you want, who you really are, what your true beliefs and values are, so that you can come into alignment with someone who is in alignment with all of those things, with all of those other things. And you may be feeling the lack right now. You may be feeling like out of touch emotionally. You may be feeling like, where's my love? I really want this love to come in for me. Libras is definitely like the 10 of Cups, Ace of Cups, Lovers, and they're all in reverse. Like, that's definitely a lot of like soul searching energy. Like, you really are looking for something real. You're looking for that emotional fulfillment, but I think some of the insecurity about whether or not you're going to find it is getting in the way. Some insecurity and your heart is burned a little bit. You're still like, am I worthy of this? Is this really for me? Do I deserve what it is I want? And the answer is yes. It's just, I think you've also learned a lot of patience. I think the Strength card is that you've learned a lot of patience. You learned a lot about how to control your emotions. Not only that, but to be able to sit in your emotions and have the patience to process them and understand them. Have the patience of, maybe you spent a lot of time alone in these last few months or year, where that was part of the whole getting to know yourself process. You've really learned to be very tempered and controlled and maybe a little bit more comfortable with solitude, but that was all necessary because it was you getting back in touch with yourself to figure out what it is you really want. And with this 10 of Wands reverse, it's like, I think soon that you're going to be dropping this burden of worrying about when it's going to happen, worrying about when it's going to come in, the burden of, I feel like once you just let go, all these opportunities are going to come in for you. Like I said, like everything that's on the other side is right. Everything you want is right on the other side. All these opportunities, all these chances, all these new things are going to come in for you when you kind of like let go and trust the process a little bit, when you kind of let go of your fear, when you maybe are like, have been sitting in a negative energy and that's been, pushing away a lot of possible opportunities for coming in for you. I feel like it's right on the other side of you letting go of this burden of like, I'm not going to find it, or this burden of I have to be reserved and not open up my, like, I feel like there's a lot of, as soon as you let go and you let yourself just gravitate towards what feels right and make decisions based on that while you trust your gut, because now that you've gotten in touch with yourself, you have a more stronger sense for listening to your gut, listening to your intuition, knowing what you want, going with what you want. So I think that's going to guide you a lot through this process. And once you let go, it'll be easier to make decisions. It'll be easier to follow whatever feels right. It'll be easier to meet people and open yourself up to them. And I think all the opportunities for that are right on the other side of this, are right on the other side of you loosening up a bit, getting a little bit more hopeful about the possibility of this coming in, because the more you tell yourself, it's mine, I already have it, I'm emotionally fulfilled as is, my future self is in love with an amazing person. It's like, you have to speak it into existence. You have to tell yourself that it's already there, and that good energy will attract more of that abundance for you. You have to feel like you're already abundant. Because if you're looking for something to come in to fulfill you in some way. It starts with you. It starts with you filling your own cup. There's a lot of unhappiness here. You may have been going through a period for a long time of just general unhappiness, feeling kind of emotionally empty or like you're missing something. Definitely an energy of like something's missing. I think love might have been missing from your life for a little while. But I think you need to first really be in a good place of, do I know myself? Do I love myself? Is this opportunity that may come in for me really for me? Do I have enough love within myself in order to go share it with other people, not just go seek love from other people so that they can fill up my cup? Is my cup full? Do I have the capacity to give just as much as I desire to be given to? I think there's a lot of questions here, Libra, but I think that once you kind of let go and stop overthinking it maybe a little bit, trust the process a little bit, don't be afraid to make decisions, don't be afraid to follow your gut. Like, you've done a lot of work to get to a good place of like discipline and discernment, and all the opportunities are waiting for you. You just have to put yourself out there. You have to go a little further, do a little bit more work than you may have been doing, put a little bit more energy into your love life than you may have been. Libra, I'm going to pull 3 cards of advice for you regarding this spread. 3 cards of advice here for Libra regarding this spread. 3 cards of advice here for Libra. 3 cards of advice here for Libra. Whoa. Any more cards of advice for Libra? Any more cards of advice here for Libra? Libra, I'm clumsy today, but I trust that these are the ones that are for you. The Emperor, the Death reversed, and the 2 of Cups. I think the Emperor is reminding you to step into a place of your power. Libra, if you have any Leo energy in your chart, I'm getting some of the same messages, so I would check out the Leo November reading. But the Emperor here, I think, is to remind you to step it back into a place of your power, your feeling in control of your life, your confidence, your ability to make decisions for yourself. Definitely just like a strong masculine energy who knows what he wants and is looking for his Empress. Aries energy, it's possible something to do with that here. Aries might be coming in for you, some kind of Aries energy, someone with Aries placements. But yeah, this is definitely like stepping back into your power, stepping back into a place of autonomy, and like reminding yourself that you are, this is definitely like eligible bachelor energy to me. Like the Emperor, not yet like a king, or yeah, looking for love, being confident, being in your masculine energy maybe. Maybe you need to step back into your masculine energy. The Death reversed, I think this is here telling you to let go of any last baggage from your past about how things have been in your past. Let go of anything that's kind of been holding you back emotionally, any emotional baggage that like you haven't really truly fully let go of yet. The Death in reverse is like you're not completely letting something go. There's something that you're still holding on to that you haven't let die yet. And I think it might be some harsh feelings about the past, or some feelings about, you know, being lovable and deserving what you want, and, you know, not being able to find what you want, or no opportunities coming in for you. But I think you just have to let a lot of those negative mindsets go. You have to let the past go. You have to let old ways of doing things go. If you want new, you have to start doing things differently. You have to start doing things in a new way. I think this Death reverse is like you have to let go of the past. You have to let die what is no longer here. You have to let die what died a long time ago. You have to let it go. And with the 2 of Cups, this is like something may be coming in for you. Like, not only is this like get in touch with, this could be about you connecting with someone. This could be about emotionally connecting with someone. This could be reminding you to be emotionally open. If that's something you're looking for, is like a deeper love connection, then you have to be willing to open yourself up and really connect with someone and give and take and see eye to eye, and, you know, do the whole giving as much as receiving, and really being emotionally vulnerable and open with someone. But this could also be about staying in touch with yourself, staying emotionally involved with your own self, your own desires, not to fall into a place of, you know, getting swept away by the romance of it. but to really remember what your cup is full, and that's what you're bringing to the table, and you're looking for someone whose cup is also full, and that's what they're bringing to the table, and you both have enough to give and take from one another. It's a very beautiful, equal partnership. You know what I mean? I see the 2 cups as a very beautiful, emotionally reciprocating kind of connection. And I think you may be coming into that, because you spent a lot of time getting in touch with yourself, and you really developed a sense of love for yourself. And I think that is really important. And I think you need to remind yourself of that and let go of any last energies like this, because they're not for you anymore. They're not serving you anymore. The more that you believe this is already yours, the more that likely that this is to come in for you. The 10 of Cups to come in for you. You have to believe that you are love. You have love. You have love to share and give, and you are worthy of receiving that as well. And when you acknowledge that, when you acknowledge your own love within you, your cup is already full. You are abundant already. You are emotionally abundant already. And when you are emotionally abundant, you have love to give and share with other people. And the right people will come in, and you will attract the right people that want to share the love that you have to give and want to share their love with you. It's like, it's a whole mindset of, I deserve this. Like, this is for me, you know? And then it's manifestation. When you believe it's yours, it will come in for you. When you tell yourself it's already yours, it will come in for you. You have to believe that you're worthy of it. And you have to believe that you already have that love within yourself. So it's not about seeking it outside of yourself. It's about finding other people who want to share in the love that they have to give. You want to give, they want to give, and then it becomes a beautiful give and take. All right, Libra, I'm going to pull one last card for you from the I Am Everything Oracle deck. One last Oracle message for Libra regarding this spread. One last message for Libra here. I am perceptive, the number 30. My intuition is powerful. When I am unsure, my intuition is sure. I strengthen my intuition by trusting it and responding to its impulses. I am perceptive. Libra, that's so perfect, because I think this whole period of hermit mode that you went into for a long time, where you were getting in touch with yourself, was you figuring out how to be more sure of yourself, how to trust yourself more, how to know what it is you want, so that you can trust that you're making the right decisions, because you trust that this is what you actually want. It's this long process that you've been in, where you're really getting in touch with your intuition, and when it tells you that something is right or wrong, and tells you when something is for you or not for you. And now you're really in that, energy, and you need to start trusting yourself again. I think that's, this lack of trust for yourself has put you in a position where you weren't making decisions for a while. But I think you're stepping back into a place where you're trusting yourself. You're going with what feels right, and you're trusting that you're making the right decisions because of that, because you know what it is you want. So you're only choosing things that are in alignment with you. You know, you trust yourself now to make the right decisions for yourself. You trust yourself and your intuition to be choosing the right people to spend time with and the right partners. You trust that intuitively what this kind of love that you're looking for is meant for you, and it's going to come in for you, because you're envisioning it, because you're speaking it into existence, because you're going out there and putting yourself out there and getting to know people and getting honest and vulnerable with people again. You're trusting that that's the right thing to do if it's going to lead you to what it is you want, what it is you now know for sure that you want. There's a lot more certainty now. There's a lot less unsureness. There's a lot more trust for yourself now. Libra, that is all I have for you today. I really enjoyed doing this reading for you, so I really hope that you enjoyed watching this. I hope that there were some messages in here for you. If any of this resonated with you, please leave comments down below. I would really love to hear about any of these messages that stuck out to you. Again, in my description box, you can find my email. If you'd like to schedule a personal reading, please feel free to reach out to me. You can also find my Instagram. You can find those links to those Spotify playlists, and you can find my PayPal link. Libra, I really hope you enjoyed this. I really love this reading for you. I hope that you start believing that what you want is yours. I hope you start loving yourself more and trusting yourself more, and trusting that you're going to make the right decisions, because all these opportunities are going to become flying in for you once you start making the right decisions and trusting that you are making the right decisions. As always, thank you for your love and support, your likes, your shares, your subscribes and comments, all of that. It means so much to me. And as always, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.